Hi, my name is Emily. I'm going to introduce you to a few items before I explain why I'm using them. The items are a key, a note, the book A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline L'Engle, a shoe, a bag of bread, a library book, and a coat pocket. All of these items are going to help me tell the story by Rebecca Stead when you reach me. This story is about a young girl named Miranda who lives in New York City. Her mom constantly reminds her not to talk to strangers and when it's safe to go and where it's safe to go in the city. She always reminds her not to talk to the crazy old man who sits on the corner of her street humming book, bag, pocket, shoe. Miranda has a best friend, Sal, who all of a sudden would not speak to her anymore after he got punched on his way home from school. One day, the spare key from Miranda's house is stolen. A few days later, a mysterious letter shows up in her library book that says, this is hard, harder than I expected even with your help, but I have been practicing and my preparations go well. I'm coming to save your friend's life and my own. I ask two favors. First, you must write me a letter. Second, please remember to mention the location of your house key. The trip is a difficult one. I will not be myself when I reach you. Miranda is puzzled by this note. She tries to figure out who it is, but then again she tries to forget it and make new friends because Sal still will not speak to her and she has no other friends besides Sal. After a while, she is at work and discovers another note in a bread bag. This time it's addressed to her and her full name is used. She becomes more puzzled as to who it is that wrote this letter and how they know so much about her. Days came and went, and soon she receives another letter in the pocket of her coat. This note said that if she wanted proof to check in a friend's bag at 3 o'clock, Christmas Day, Tesserwell, and April 27th, Studio TV 15. She had no idea what these clues meant, though through the next few weeks she would come to find out what they meant. All the while she was still going to school and everything, she met the man that punched Sal. His name was Marcus. She became friends with him, and actually she felt kind of bad for him. Christmas Day came. One of the gifts that she got was a book called A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline L'Engle. Inside the book, the author had signed it, To Miranda, Tesserwell by Madeline L'Engle. This was just what the note had said. The note had said that Christmas Day, Tesserwell. So this was another clue that whoever's writing these letters knows what he's talking about. After a while, Miranda was leaving school one day, and Sal must have got out of class early because he was a little bit in front of her, and she normally never sees him on the way home from school anymore. All of a sudden, Marcus yelled for Sal. Sal took off running. He kept running faster and faster because he was afraid that Marcus was going to come try and beat him up again. All of a sudden, Marcus saw a truck and he knew Sal did not see it, and I'm sure we can all guess what's going to happen next. He yelled for him to stop, but by the time Sal saw the truck, it was too late for him to stop. Then, all of a sudden, the old man ran and knocked Sal out of the way. Miranda ran up to Sal, but he was not awake. Her neighbor came and told her not to look at the mess on the road and took her to sit on the curb where the old man normally sat. Miranda was bawling. She sat down, and there, etched on her mom's boyfriend's missing shoe, was book, bag, pocket, shoe. She looked. The shoe. The shoe was the last clue. She looked inside the shoe to find a note that read, This is the story that I need to tell. This is everything that has led up to it. Please deliver your letter by hand. You know where to find me. My apologies for the terse instructions. The trip is a difficult one. I can carry nothing, and a man can only hold so much paper in his mouth. Miranda thought to herself, could this be true? Could the letters have been from the old man? Was the old man the one who's been writing these mysterious letters? She had talked about time travel to Marcus, and she thought possibly that maybe this was Marcus in the future that was trying to warn her about the life to come. The old man had told her in the notes that he wants her to share the letters with Marcus and the notes and everything that's happened to her life to possibly help Marcus with his life in the future. Everything started to make sense to Miranda. She then went to visit Sal in the hospital, and he explained to her that he did not want to not be her friend, but he wanted some time away from her so he could make his own friends because he was starting to realize that she was his only friend and they both needed more than just each other. I loved this book. It was a great book if you ever want to read a book that constantly keeps you thinking this is the book for you. You always wonder what's going to happen next. It's a hard time putting this book down. It keeps you constantly on the edge of your seat. Read When You Reach Me by Rebecca Stead. Thank you.